Hi everybody and welcome back to another workshop update. I don't know about you, Bob, but I really wanted an update from last week. We had a lot happening last week, don't you?
Yeah, we had a lot happening, a lot of nice cars going in and out of here, but let's give you guys an update and show you what we've been up to this week. So follow me. A couple of weeks ago, we saw this 996 C4S up on the four-poster ramp. You saw a little bit of dodgy paintwork happening, or a few layers of paint built up. So we finally made a start on this. What we saw underneath all of those layers of paint, we must take about 7 layers of paint off to get down to bare metal. So we chemically stripped it, took it back down to bare metal. You'll see some shots as we're going through it. So follow me over onto this side and we'll show you a couple of points what we've seen. So point number 1, when we started taking all those 7 layers of paint off, we came across this. That bad repair there, or that bad spot repair. So what's happened is we've chemically stripped it back down to bare metal, and we've put a coat of primer over this just to stop any rust happening while we're working on the job. So that's why it's a primer. It's not our final primer, it's just a stage that we're going through. So yeah, we've come across this here. So what we're going to do down here is we'll probably cut that much of a section out, fabricate a piece that's going to go through there like that, and weld it in a lot neater than that. While we were working on that, we ended up finding loads of little dents underneath the panel. All that was full of fill, so we'll just be, making that look a bit better. Moving over onto the other side of the car. This side wasn't so bad. It was a lot better than the other side. No massive surprises. Couple of little dents that we got to repair, but one of the big surprises that we had was the car's had a previous repair down here, and we've got a lovely little rust hole just under there.
Oh yeah, I can see that now.
See that?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll probably be cutting out about that much of a section, fabricating a piece in there and welding it in.
I wonder what the history is on this car. Why would a car have a damage on this side and that side? Is one just natural wear and tear and the other bad repair?
I think it's probably had a little bit of a hard life earlier on in its life. Couple of little bumps, nicks and scratches here and there. And it's just layers of paint built up over it. Probably a well-used car, well-loved. But I'm glad the customer's spending some, wants to spend properly on it and get the job done correctly. But that's how you do it correctly. So yeah, let's have a look what else is going on. Last week, remember, we saw the TVR being rolled into the spray booth. Let's go and see how that's getting on.
Wow.
So here she is. So yeah, last week we saw this being rolled into the spray booth, getting masked up, and we started painting it. So all painted, all polished. We're just waiting for the headlights to go in. So customers supplying us with new headlamp lenses. So we'll be mounting those onto the headlamp pods and then putting the headlights in. So we should see the back of this next week at some point. Gonna miss this little car. Makes a lot of noise, wakes us up in the morning when we get the car out.
That's one way to get your heart beating, right?
Well, one way to wake you up. You don't need a coffee when you start this up in the morning. But yeah, so that's this one.
Amazing. What else we got?
Let's have a look what else we got. So let's go into the spray booth. We've just had one car that's been freshly painted. It's literally come off bake. So let's have a look.
And I think we got some footage earlier of that. So we can cut straight through to that footage and you can see the beginning process of that.
So right guys, welcome back to Autobodytechnic. Here we are, we're in the booth. We got the 3-litre SC all prepped, ready and ready for some paint. It's had its first coat of primer, it's had one of the coats of primer, what we call a wet on wet primer, and now it's all ready for some lovely zinc metallic silver to go over the top. So let's leave our painters to it and we'll come back and hopefully see it on some paint now. a bit warm in here. So it's just come off bake. So here she is. Remember last week we showed you, we've been following this car. It was almost like a little forgotten car that we had in the corner. And then over these last sort of 6 weeks, we've been giving it some love. Block sanding and primering and block sanding and more primering. And this has literally just come off bake about 5 or 10 minutes ago. We can still a little bit soft, but that will harden up by tomorrow morning. So it's got a fresh coat of paint on there now. So
stunning.
A matter of final denib polishing and then building her all up. So this will go back upstairs into our restoration bay, be jacked up, wheels be taken off, be sent off. Not sure who we're going to use for the wheels yet. We've got a couple of companies that we use. And then from there, we'll get piece it all together and start building her all up while we wait for the wheels to come back. So the next time we'll probably tap onto this one is it all finished and driving out the workshop.
Guys, I'm telling you, you really can't appreciate how gorgeous this paint is. I mean, the camera just simply doesn't do it justice. It has this sort of pearlescent look to it. It's stunning, absolutely stunning.
So what we'll do, throughout the video of this one, we'll put the whole process together so you can see everything that happens to get that finished. Like I was saying to B earlier on, putting the paint on is the easy bit. The preparation is what's key. So after this car was prepped, it's taken us 3 days to get it all cleaned, final preparation done, any final sealing done, any final checks done, cleaning, masking. That's been 3 days, and it's been 3 hours of painting in the spray booth to get it looking like this. So 3 days of prep work and cleaning and 3 hours of applying the paint. So it's not always a matter of put the paint on and you get a nice shiny car.
Absolutely. Well, look, if you're the lucky owner of this car, I'm telling you now, I know it's early stages, but if you're the lucky owner of this vehicle, you have a beauty coming back home. Well, guys, I think, Bob, is there anything else really that we need to touch on this week, or we're pretty much it?
We've got a bit of an exciting week next week. Couple of exciting cars coming in. We'll tap onto those as we go along. But I think we've covered everything that we've been following this week.
Perfect. So guys, look, again, thank you very much for following along in the series. Every week we do our best to cover as much as we possibly can. If there's anything that we miss, or there's anything that you would like to know a little bit more about, be active in the comments. Let us know. I mean, last week we had a little bit of fun. We talked a little bit about the TVR and how do we get out of the TVR? And we saw that some of you guys were very, very active. Let us know what you think. Let us know how we can improve. And we're making these videos for you.
Guys, if there's a process that you need understanding, or you see something happening on other channels and you want us to cover something like that, or you want something explaining in a different way, let us know. Put it in the comments below and we'll try our best to make that happen for you.
Absolutely. We work in a beautiful community. Let us all collaborate. So with that, I think, guys, we're done, right? So thanks, guys. Speak to you guys soon.
See you later.